a go-to for many of us on a chilly night or when we just need a bowl of comfort. But for cookbook author Caroline Wright, soup is much more than delicious ingredients. More than 5 years ago, Wright was diagnosed with glioblastoma, a very rare and incurable form of brain cancer. As friends and family rallied to help, Caroline and her family requested soup. They put coolers out front and the response was overwhelming. The soup nourished more than just their bodies, it nourished their souls. Remarkably, Caroline, aka the Soup Lady, beat the odds and is cancer-free after 5 years, and she's here to make, what else? Soup. First of all, congratulations seems weird to say, but still,
I'm used to it. People congratulate me for being alive all the time.
Okay, I'm so glad.
Me too.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you are the Soup Lady with a soup club and a soup stand, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but we are going to make soup, so why don't we get started?
Yes.
What are we making? What kind of soup?
We're making a pumpkin coconut curry soup.
Okay.
So I've got some coconut oil already melting here. Okay. And so I have some curry leaves. Have you ever,
I told you, I didn't even know that
smell
there
them.
were curry leaves.
They're just so unique smelling.
Yeah, but you can get that curry smell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they're often used in Indian dishes, and that's what they look like. So I just stripped those off and have them here. You might want to stand back in case this spits a little, which is actually normal. So.
So you're frying the leaves?
Yes, and you just sort of infuse the oil and get it the leaves a little bit brown.
Okay.
And they're not like bay leaves. You don't avoid them when you eat the soup later.
Oh, you
can
leave them in?
Yeah, you leave them in. And it does stick.
So the frying just adds a little level of crunchy and flavor? And,
yeah, it dissipates in the soup itself. And then I'm going to add a blended onion, some ginger and garlic. Which is
you just put that in your blender.
In the blender with a little bit of water,
okay.
Yep. And so just making like a nice allium smoothie.
A nice and allium smoothie I've not heard together.
Yes.
Fine.
Well, hey, hang out with the Soup Lady.
I tell you.
You'll hear more things. All right, so that's added, and then
you can already, wow, the onions really, you can already start smelling all that.
Yeah, I smell the garlic and ginger too. And this is a homemade curry powder.
Okay.
So it's the typical ingredients, fenugreek, cardamom, turmeric,
we could
ginger.
Buy curry powder.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. And all of these this recipe is in my book, Soup Club.
Right.
Out last November. So you're getting that going. And all of my soups use water and not broth, which is, I think, very exciting.
And that's just to keep them vegan-based, or?
It's to be vegan, but also, well, a couple reasons. One, I make a lot of soup every week, so I don't want to make pots of soup to make pots of soup.
Okay, that's fair.
And then also because I personally think that when you add, vegetable broth, which tends to have a lot of mushrooms and things in it. Oh, please stir.
Is this
dive right in?
pumpkin?
It's just a can of pumpkin.
Okay.
And I'm just going to season with some salt.
I cut you off. So when you didn't want to add broth, because does it affect flavor?
Yeah, it just makes everything kind of taste the same. And I happen to enjoy the flavors of the vegetables that I'm using, so I don't want them to have a base that tastes the same as all other soups.
And canned pumpkin is fine?
Yeah, totally. This is like pumpkin pie, but not pumpkin, not the mix. You have to be careful to say 100% pure pumpkin, because otherwise it can sometimes have seasoning and sugar in it. Yeah, exactly. Right. And now this is 2 sweet potatoes that I've already cut up into large pieces, a butternut squash that I've cut into smaller chunks, and a kabocha squash, which is the green squash over on your side over there. And I like keeping
This is all fall right here in the pot.
Yes. I like to say, move over, pumpkin spice latte. This is like the real deal.
All right, and then do I do something? Oh, you do
I'm
the
going to add the water.
Okay.
And then we'll just bring this to a boil. So.
And that's it? You just eyeballing the water? And
that's it. No, it's 6 cups.
6 cups, okay.
All in the recipe, but you'd be surprised because of the curry powder and because of the allium smoothie, like I said. It just brings a lot of flavor without having to have a broth.
And that's it?
Yep, and you just add some salt, and then you're good to go.
And then how long will that cook?
Since it doesn't have any beans or anything like that in it, it's very quick. I want to say like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, and I know we have a finished pot here. We're almost finished pot, which I'm going to finish in a minute, but I wanted to talk to you. As those coolers were filling up with the soup on your porch when you were sick and in treatment, it became more about, it wasn't all about the soup, right?
No.
Tell me about that.
Well, I was alone, right? And I just moved to Seattle, and I didn't know anybody. And so when people left me soup, I'm a cook, so I would imagine as I was eating it, I was noticing their knife cuts and why they would choose the recipe. And there was real humanity in the bowl, and imagining their kid tugging on their apron to go and play or what, and I had no connection to anyone. So it was just really beautiful to have this connection to people that I didn't know and them wishing me well through a bowl of soup. It was really powerful.
And out of this came the soup club and the soup stand.
Yes.
So tell me about the soup stand, how that works.
Well, the soup stand is like a lemonade stand. So it's selling cups of soup for $5, all for...
And here you are.
Oh, hey.
Outside the book larder.
Yes, all for the Glioblastoma Foundation, 100% of proceeds. And actually, this weekend, I'm making this soup I'm making today is the one that is this weekend's soup. And like I said, all proceeds go to the Glioblastoma Foundation, which is the cancer I was diagnosed with.
And what have you found when you're out there scooping up soup?
Oh, every single, I've had 3 so far in May, and every single one I've had has been really powerful. People come to me with their cancer stories. That shot right there is my ICU nurse who I hadn't seen.
Wow.
I know, and so that was really amazing. But I have people come to me and share their stories like, well, I'm just passing out soup.
Right.
It's really overwhelming, but beautiful.
And I would imagine you're healed, but there's still so much healing that has to go on still as you think about what happened, what could have happened.
Oh, absolutely. It's very traumatic. And I mean, I was diagnosed with a cancer that has an 100% recurrence rate that's considered incurable. So I'm doing really well for right now and very grateful. And everyone is hopeful it will continue on for a long time, my 2 small children included. So
there's a lot of beauty in shared healing. Isn't
Yes.
there? Let's finish the soup if we can.
Let's do
it. What needs to happen?
So we got it simmering away, and you'll notice when I stir it, I can tell that these chunks are all nice and soft. So this is coconut cream.
Do I put this in?
Please do.
All of it, or?
Please.
Okay.
And it's so beautiful as it goes in. It swirls in.
Cream.
Coconut cream.
And then
this is garam masala, which actually
all of it, or
a nice generous pinch.
Was that 2?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
I would be overly generous pinch.
No. And then about half of a lemon's worth of juice.
Okay. So just one of these.
Please.
Okay.
Oh my God, it smells
All
so
right.
good. And then I want you to play food stylist over there.
Oh.
There are some pumpkin seeds that you can add either here or to the bowl of soup.
Can I
over
try
there.
this one?
Please
then?
do,
Okay.
yes. But I want you to make it look cute first.
Okay. I do love a pumpkin seed. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh. This is delicious.
Good.
Thank you so much. And then to know the power that's in this bowl when it comes to shared healing. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
That was really good. Caroline's Soup Stand is back and will happen the second Saturday of every month, September through May. The stand is in front of the book larder between noon and 3. And again, all the proceeds go to the Glioblastoma Foundation. Thank you.